Today on Positively Arizona, need a last-minute Halloween costume? We show you how to put together a look with just a little face paint. Plus, if you're squeamish, look away. This girl is all about the gore. And it's the bread of the dead. Dia de los Muertos is almost here, and we're showing you how to make a traditional dish.
Hi, I'm Haley Francis, and this week we're at the Enchanted Pumpkin Garden in Carefree. And if you look really closely, there are little gourds everywhere. Shh, like this one.
Take a look around this garden in the heart of Carefree, and you'll notice little pieces of pumpkin art are everywhere.
There's nothing I cherish more than this garden, even when the pumpkin man has not decorated it, but every year I wait for him to get his little pumpkins out and see what they're going to do.
This is the Pumpkin Man, Ray Villafane. Martha Stewart calls him the Michelangelo of pumpkin carving. So who better to create this enchanting display in partnership with the town of Carefree than the Pumpkin Man?
We're just building a fun little whimsical world with pumpkins and scarecrows and mice and rock balancing, just something magical.
Ray brings in a team of artists from around the world to carve pumpkins live right here in front of visitors during this week-long event.
Each year we change up the story a little, and the outhouse seems to always be the most popular scene. We don't really repeat the same stories twice. I mean, there's some overall themes that stay the same, and there's some favorites that we kind of tweak a little bit. It's all story based, so it's there's so much room to imagine different scenarios or predicaments they could find themselves in.
Every little set tells a story, worth the trip every year to see what new wonderland this artist and his team have dreamed up.
We live in downtown Phoenix, so we trekked all the way out here.
I often say this is just in our infancy. We're just getting started here. And in order to say that with such conviction is because I've fallen in love with this idea.
So why do something this grand in the small town of Carefree?
Because it's beautiful here. I mean, it's a magical place. Even the name is magical. The town is allowed for me to have creative freedom in this garden. Beautiful backdrop, Black Mountain. I mean, the gardens are kind of almost like Dr. Seuss. I live here in the valley, and my studio's here in Carefree. It's a beautiful setting for what we're creating.
You know, carving pumpkins isn't easy, but the artists out here are true experts. They're so good at it. And somehow Adam thinks he has a thing for it too.
I'm actually right here. I'm still here.
Oh.
We drove together.
That's right.
Yeah, so
I
could have done the, just roll it, just play it.
All of the intricate and sometimes too realistic pumpkin scenes at the Enchanted Pumpkin Garden in Carefree are created right here on site.
This one's going to be a constipated outhouse pumpkin.
Some more glamorous than others, but that's just all right for artist and sculptor Dean Arnold.
It has to be fun or it's not going to play.
Covered in pumpkin, Dean and other sculptors, some who've traveled from as far away as Russia to be part of this event, spend their days carving the faces you'll see throughout the Enchanted Pumpkin Garden. His inspiration, at times, comes from within.
I'm giving him this kind of face. You ready?
A single design can take hours. Dean operates in the open space, allowing him to interact with people passing by, even handing over his tools.
Keep it wet.
Thought it was really cool. I was kind of confused as to how he did it and how he got all the details in there. But yeah, it was really cool.
They're beautiful, they're lifelike, they're fun, whimsical. They have a sense of humor in how they put them together.
All right, just to see how tough this really is, or more like how fun it is, they surprisingly gave me a tool. Now I'm gonna go to work. This is harder than I thought. This is
hard? I had 5-year-olds here last night.
Can I give them a cleft?
Use this.
How?
You're a smart guy. You can figure it out.
I came, I saw, I put a cleft chin on a pumpkin. I also got sprayed with water.
Stop spraying me.
A painter for most of his life, Dean has found a passion for pumpkins. He recently competed in the largest jack-o'-lantern carving competition. Thankfully, we have artists like Dean who create amazing pieces of art that will eventually rot in just 2 to 3 days.
The fact that it's a pumpkin gives spectators something that they're familiar with. It gives them a frame of reference. I think it's more fun because they don't last.
For Positively Arizona, I'm Adam Waltz.
A little paint goes a long way when it comes to last-minute Halloween costumes. Adam shows us how to get this incredible comic book look.
Hey, do you guys remember that local body artist, Brandon McGill, who we featured way back before Comic Fest? Well, he's back and he's gonna show us some cool, simple, easy tips to get a great face paint for Halloween. The only difference is this time, I'm the model.
What we're doing is we're doing a cell-shaded look to keep it simple, but also give you enough flexibility to do something crazy. So we're gonna do some basic blockage just to kind of neutralize your skin tone. The important thing about this look is that you want to remove all definition from your face. You want to be as flat as possible. And the reason why is we're trying to create a cartoon look. We want you to look like something that you would see in like Archer or in, what other cartoons that are fun that have that look? Basically it's like an old pop art style, you know? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start outlining some of your structure. The reason why is you want them to look sort of comic book like. So right now I'm introducing a little bit of color, kind of making it a bit playful. I'm using my fingers because sometimes what you're born with does a better job than a brush. Yes, come on masculine jaw. We're almost done. Just kind of adding a little bit of shading.
Moment of truth. Whoa! That is not what I expected. Wow. You did put some of your flair in.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we've got the cell shaded look.
I feel totally different.
So what we did with this look is we did some basic outlines where we kind of defined a structure and gave them a comic book look. But the fun thing about this style is that you can really build as much as you want. So you can start with some basic lines outlining your eyebrows, your jaw, your lips, and then add as much color as you want. Be crazy, it's Halloween, why not?
Now it's time for the news minus all that negative stuff. Here's what you missed this week in Arizona. Dutch Bros made sure dozens of struggling Arizona families will have a meal this Thanksgiving. On Friday, they held a fundraiser at all of their Valley locations, and for each drink sold, they donated $1 to St. Mary's Food Bank. The nonprofit says every $10 collected equals a turkey for a family in need. The Phoenix Police Department has added a new vehicle to its fleet, but this one's not for catching criminals. The department is trading in the lights and sirens for something a little cooler, their very own ice cream truck. The truck will make stops at police events around the valley, and the purpose of the truck is to help Phoenix police better connect with the community. This is the big league, kids. A youth football team out of Queen Creek has been invited to play at the World Youth Football Championship in Ohio this December. The team was all together when an official from the Pro Football Hall of Fame presented them with the opportunity. They're now raising money to make that trip. If you'd like to help, you can make a donation on their GoFundMe page. Still ahead on Positively Arizona, creepy crawlers have invaded the Phoenix Zoo, and we are here for it. Plus, it's more than just bread, it's tradition. We learn the meaning behind Pan de Muerto.
Welcome back to Positively Arizona. This week we're at the Enchanted Pumpkin Garden in Carefree. You know, Halloween this year also happens to be the start of the Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos. And there's a holiday dish that a local shop is whipping up. Chloe's checking it out.
Es tan comercial el producto que se olvidan del origen, de dónde viene.
Hi, I'm Yasmin Chavez and we're here at Panaderia La Central in Avondale, Arizona. We make it our priority to be that special neighborhood bakery that you can come to and you know that you're going to have all of your traditions from back home. Pan de Muerto is an orange flavored bread. It's topped with either sugar or the sesame seeds. It's round, so the circle symbolizes like everlasting love and eternal life.
Yo aprendí en la Ciudad de México. Mi padre era un profesional en esto y me gustaba divertirme con la panadería y sin darme cuenta terminé siendo esto. La elaboración del pan es los ingredientes que son harina, sal, azúcar, huevo, leche y mantequilla. Y las frutas o esencias naturales. Pueden usar vainilla o naranja. Ustedes le ponen por lo regular la cáscara de naranja.
The Pan de Muerto is usually only for Dia de los Muertos, so we have it all throughout October and then we stop it on November 2nd, which is the last day of the Day of the Dead.
¿Qué lo hace ser mejor? Yo creo que la calidad del producto y la mano también que tiene uno para hacer las cosas. Pero importa mucho la calidad y qué ingredientes le pone. Ya no se practica. Eso es otra ventaja, que me siento bien porque no se pierde la tradición por completo.
Our Love Pup of the Week has a sweet personality and the name to match.
Hello everybody. This is Winnie. She's the Love Pup Dog of the Week. She's about 1 year old, maybe just a little bit over 1. Super sweet. She came in as a stray from Sun City, and honestly she was filled with ticks. You've never seen more ticks in your whole life. But she has overcome that. Yesterday she had a spa day at Oh My Dog, and she is ready for adoption. She would be awesome with a single guy who wants to take her out exercising, or a family who is active, because she's an active kind of dog. She looks like she's a spaniel, some sort of spaniel mix, and she's really kind and sweet, super easy to get along with. So she would make a good new family member, and she's available on lovepupfoundation.org.
Coming up on Positively Arizona, it's all fun and games when you're the one doing the scaring. We'll check in with the street team at the 13th floor haunted house. Plus, they don't call her Gore Girl for nothing, how she's turned her love of Halloween into a business. Do you have a story to share with us? Head over to yourphx.com/positively-arizona to tell us what makes you stand out from the crowd. And while you're there, you can follow up on these stories and more.
Welcome back to Positively Arizona. This week we're at the Enchanted Pumpkin Garden in Carefree. And check this out, they made this weeks ago and it's preserved in vinegar. So cool. You know, Halloween might be once a year for most of us, but for this girl, it's a lifestyle.
Jackie Jeffrey has always been fascinated with special effects makeup, the kind that makes your fake wounds look gory. So she decided to do it for a living.
I do the makeup effects and mostly wound effects. And some of that has to do with that I was a medical librarian.
So she started copying the effects she saw in movies. She became so good at it, she'd show fake wounds to doctors. And they couldn't even tell if it was real or fake.
Showing how, what has been developed in film, is a really good way to help reference for them as well. Because as we know, we've seen effects in film, you're looking at what you think is a real body.
Jackie helps do gory makeup for independent films, zombie walks, and private parties.
When I was a kid, there were a lot more shows kind of showing you behind the scenes, and all that kind of stuff, attracted me to it. I love the idea of kind of scaring people without me having to get scared.
And she's done it all, from arm wounds to calacas. But her favorite one to apply on her clients is one of the most violent.
Oh gosh, I like to do gashes, like if a werewolf ripped your face.
So before you head out for Halloween, if faux gore is on the menu, take a tip from this expert artiste.
You want to be sure to, powder it down, use some setting, some setting solution on it is helpful because, what can happen is you go to put it on and then when you go out to maybe a party or you're having it on all night, you don't realize that it can kind of fade and come off.
Expert advice from a scary pro. For Positively Arizona, I'm J.R. Cardenas.
Just in time for Halloween, the Phoenix Zoo is crawling with some new creatures.
We're so excited because this morning 4 semis arrived here at the Phoenix Zoo.
What's inside might surprise or even scare you. They're massive, larger-than-life animatronic bugs.
Our emperor scorpion is one of our largest of our animatronic bugs. Its tail is actually 15 feet tall and it's about 15 feet long.
Definitely something you don't want to see in your kitchen.
We also have an amazing tarantula that is about 20 feet wide and about 12 feet tall, and that will be so much fun to see as well. That's going to be at the end of the trail. These bugs are so fascinating. There's definitely nothing to be afraid of here. A lot of people do have a little bit of a fear of bugs. We hope that they can overcome that. We actually will have guides throughout our trail educating people about the superhero powers of bugs, how bugs are so necessary and needed in our environment.
There will also be a chance to see real bugs. Go to phoenixzoo.org for more info. The exhibit is open October 27th to April 28th. For Positively Arizona, I'm Chloe Marr.
Hey, well, it's Halloween, spooky season.
You know what that means? They're throwing us into another haunted house.
What's coming up next on Positively Arizona?
Welcome back to Positively Arizona. This week we're at the Enchanted Pumpkin Garden in Carefree, and this place is great to take the family. You're going to see a lot of cool art here. They're pretty much exactly the opposite of where Adam and Chloe are this week. They're back out at the 13th floor for the second year in a row. They're both brave souls, but this year they're the ones doing the scaring.
Hey, what up? It's Adam and Chloe. We're your Phoenix CW Street Team, powered by Sanderson Ford, and we're here at 13th Floor Haunted House.
Because it's the spooky season.
And they always throw us in the horrible situations. But this year's a little different. We are going behind the camera.
Taking control.
Behind the scare.
Taking control, and we're gonna do the scaring.
Just putting on my robe. Okay, so far so good.
Won't be using makeup. We're going to be putting you into a silicone mask.
Okay, forehead. Stretching. Stretching.
Yeah, just wiggle. Just wiggle.
Oh God.
Don't panic. We'll get you through this.
So who am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to be?
You are going to be what we call the voodoo male. Perfect. All right, we're going to work this down together. Now over-exaggerate your jaw. Yeah, perfect.
Oh my goodness. This is gnarly.
I want to see your face as much as possible.
Hello there. I am Green Benjamin Franklin.
You are possessed, so like you have an inner demon in you. So use the shadows to your advantage.
Wait, am I jumping out?
Hi, the visitors. Check out my beautiful home.
You can do slow like body movements, but then like turn your head real fast. Yeah.
Oh, she wet. Sensitive.
And slip. There you go.
Each week, we want to give you the tools to do something that will help others and make you feel good while you're at it. Here are some local organizations across the valley who need volunteers like you. From admin duties to patient care, volunteers are needed at Serenity Hospice and Palliative Care. No experience is necessary, and free hospice certification training is provided. For more information, call Kathy at the number on your screen. Help children and families in need at Child Crisis Arizona. They're looking for volunteers to work special events. Volunteers have to be at least 18 years old to sign up. Email Beth to learn more or to sign up. Empower women by volunteering at the Fresh Start Women's Foundation. The foundation is especially seeking licensed cosmetologists to lead workshops for the women. You have to be at least 18 years old for this one too. You can email the organization to learn more.
Thanks for watching Positively Arizona. I hope we've inspired you to go out and explore our community. This guy, am I right? Here's what we're working on next week.
This guy lets his imagination run wild, and YouTube is loving it.
We'll see you back here next week. I'm Haley Francis, and remember, things are looking up. See you then.